Hi everyone and welcome back. In this lecture we're going to be looking at some descriptive language, so we're going to be focusing on adjectives and adverbs to describe films. So let's jump in then. So we've got a picture here of quite a famous actor, Jim Carrey. I think most of you might know him. So what I want you to do now is answer this question. How would you describe Jim Carrey? So as you can see down here, it says students write your response. If you are following along with Pear Deck at the moment, you should be able to write on this slide. So I want you to write maybe 4 or 5 adjectives. If you're just following along generally and you're not using Pear Deck, you can just write on a piece of paper or just think in your mind 4 or 5 adjectives that you would use to describe Jim Carrey. So I'll give you 30 seconds or so, take a look at the picture and tell me, how would you describe him? Okay, so hopefully most of you have done that now. So let's take a look at a few different adjectives we could use to describe him then. So for me personally, I would say he's quite idiotic. Even though he's funny, he's still quite a bit of an idiot. He's hilarious. He's absolutely absurd, I would say. Completely absurd. Every film I've seen him in, he's been crazy. And finally, a bit annoying. I would say he can be slightly annoying. So maybe you guys had a few different ones as well, but you've got 4 extra ones here. And then we're going to do the same thing with a different actor. So now we have Anthony Hopkins. So how would you describe Anthony Hopkins? Again, 4 or 5 adjectives. If you're on Pear Deck, write them on there. If you're doing this normally, just write it on a bit of paper to keep it in your head. And I'll give you about 30 seconds again. Take a look at the photo. How would you describe Anthony Hopkins? Okay, so hopefully most of you have done that again. So 4 more adjectives. How would I describe Anthony Hopkins? Overrated. It's a good adjective. Personally, I would not describe him as overrated. I think he's a very good actor. But if someone is overrated, generally everyone thinks they're amazing or everyone thinks they're a lot better than they actually are. So you rate someone, as in you give them a score. If you overrate someone, you give them a very high score, even though they should be kind of in the middle. So overrated, sinister. It's quite a good one to describe Anthony Hopkins. He always plays very sinister roles. Sinister is similar to evil. So he's a very evil, bad person. Or you could say evil, again, a synonym. Nasty as well. That's quite a good one for describing him. So nasty is like mean, but a lot worse. So it's a bit more extreme. So there's just 8 adjectives that you can use to describe character. Now there are a lot more, but I'm not going to go through them with you now because it's not really useful for me to just give you a list of adjectives and describe them to you. So instead, what we're going to do is you're going to practice these adjectives on a different website. I have made flashcards for you. Again, if you're a Pear Deck user, you can just flick to the next slide and you can do this within the presentation. If you're using this regularly, click the link below this video and you'll be able to access this website called Quizlet, which is where I have all of my flashcards for you. So this is Quizlet. This is how it works. You can also get this as an app on your phone. It's completely free and it's really useful for learning vocabulary. So here I have some different flashcards for you. So you just click them, and on the opposite side there's a description or a definition of that word, and then you move on. So we've got the word understated here. So if I click on understated, it means that you're not trying to attract attention or impress people. Okay, then we move on, a landmark, we carry on. And then when you kind of know everything, you can also play games here on the left. So I can go on match, hit start game, and then I have to match all of these to the adjectives. So for example, seamless. So for here, happening without any sudden changes or interruption, difficulty, something is seamless. Okay. So you can go ahead and match those together there. So again, Pear Deck users, just flick on to the next slide here and you'll be able to complete this, or click the link below this video and you can practice some flashcards there. Okay, so that's everything for adjectives. So join me in the next lecture where we'll be looking at adjectives and adverbs together, how you can combine these to make better collocations and more high-level collocations for your review. Okay, I'll see you there. Bye.